B'Shem Hashem Naseh v'Nasliach. We continue with the customs of Yemei Sefirat Omer. Minhagei Yemei Sefirat Omer, the customs of the days of Omer. From Yalkut Yosef, written by Rabbi Yitzchak Yosef Shelita, one of the great Rabbanim of our generation. המנהג בכל תפוצות ישראל שלא לשאת אישה בימי הספירה מפסח ועד לד לעומר. The custom among Jews is not to get married during the days after, starting from Pesach till 34th of Omer. Right? מפני שבאותו פרק זמן מתו באכסרה 24,000 תלמידי Rabbi Akiva, because as we mentioned, during these weeks 24,000 of Rabbi Akiva passed away. ונשאר העולם שמם, right? עד שבא רבי עקיבא 10 רבותינו שבדורם ושנן להם. So the whole world lost these great rabbis till Rabbi Akiva found out that how there can be transmission of Torah. You know, if there are no students, there won't be any transmission of Torah. So he was able to get together another students. Behem Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda. He got Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Elazar. 5 students. Behem Hem Shamidu et HaTorah meoto hador v'hale. And the Torah that we have was established through them. In other words, they became transmitters. They became the transmitters. They became the chain of the Torah, continuing what Rabbi Akiva knew to us. So most of the Torah that we have is because of these 5 students that they were taught Torah by Rabbi Akiva. Of course, we always have written Torah, but the oral Torah, it's something that is transmitted from student to, from teacher to student. We have it in the Talmud, we have it in the Mishnah, but a great portion of it is taught from rabbi to the student. ובהיות שפסחו למות פרוס הסרט מותרים לישא מאותו יום ואילך. So after this month, after the death got stopped, then one is allowed to get married. וכן המנהג פה עיר הקדושה ירושלים תבונה ותכונן, that the custom of Jerusalem is אצל כל הספרדים ועדות המזרח, that among all the Sephardim and עדות המזרח אף ביום לד בבוקר מותר, that marriage during these days for Sephardim, for us that we are Sephardim, Edut HaMizrach, is allowed after, is allowed on 34th in the morning and on, not the actual 33rd of Omer, because there is a machloket, there is an argument when the death stopped. So according to us, we wait till Lad Ba'omer, that's 34th of Omer. ואחינו האשכנזים נוהגים כמו שכתב הרמ"א להתחיל לעשות נישואין רק בל"ג בעומר. But Ashkenazim, they allow it only on the day of 34th of Omer.
33rd.
Lag. אוקיי, ואף שבכמה מקומות נהגו גם כן הספרדים שאין מתירים לערוך נישואים אחרי לד בעומר, that there are some places that even after 34th of Omer the Sephardim would not allow marriages. מכל מקום מנהג אצל הספרדים בארץ ישראל אינו כן. However, the custom among the Jews in Israel is not like those. The Sephardim, right? The Sephardim of who dwell in Eretz Israel, in the Israel land of Israel, is not like that. Umitarim benistuin miyom lad laomer v'hala. And so according to us, Sephardim, marriage is permissible after 34th of Omer and on. Kedad Maran Sheqiblenu Horatav, that we accept Maran Shulchan Aruch Rabbeinu Yosef Karo. Vera'u le'orot lekor Roshmei Nisu'in Shel Harabbanut Be'eres Israel She'im Ba'im Lifneihem Ma'asephardim Ve'edut HaMizrach Lahar Sham Nisu'in Lifneihem, that it is fit that we publicize this custom among all the rabbis, that if somebody comes to ask a rabbi to make the marriage ceremony, to officiate the marriage ceremony, that the rabbi should remind them of this wonderful custom and tell them, look, you need to follow your custom. ויבקש לעשו ולאומר לאומר יערו תשומת ליבם שאין מנהג הספרדים כהם. If they want to get married on Lag BaOmer, those rabbis need to remind the Sephardim living in Israel that they need to wait one more day. אלא מנהגם כמו שכתב מרן הבית יוסף בשם הרשב"ס שאין לערוך נישואין לפני ליד לאומר, כדין תפוסות שאין להתיר התספורות אלא ביום ליד במאוחר. So that we need to follow our custom, wait till 34th of Omer in the morning and on. מדין מכסת היום בכולו. A little bit of Lamed Dalet of Omer is this considered like the whole day becomes permissible. But when there is no other option, it's not that many choices. For let's say there is no place. If they don't get married now, then would be overbooked everywhere or some other good valid reasons. It is permissible to get married on 33rd of Omer, right, in the evening. So so the day of 33rd of Omer should actually come into finish and go into the 34th of Omer. שבازه יש לו من مخصد هیام که کلا گم به لیلا, that a little bit of the day of lad would be considered as the whole day is permissible, so even at the night would be alright. ومیوم زه موتل لهم لعروخ نسویم به خل یوم و یوم و خل عدد تقصیق به منهگاه. So after this day it is permissible and every community has to do according to their custom. Halakha bet im hechatan Sephardi v'akala mibenot Ashkenazi. If the chatan is Sephardi background and the kala is Ashkenazi background, as the bride and the groom, they are the Sephardi and Ashkenazi, or lehefek, or opposite, right? One from this custom, one from the other custom. The rule is that one goes after
the shorter one.
Not the size, no. It goes according to the husband. It goes after the husband. Ben la'aqel ben lechumra. Whether it is leniency or stringency. Sha'akot talui b'chatan shehu mechuyav b'priya v'riya. That everything is according to chatan, because he is the one who needs to get this marriage together. Right? Ubo tarui igar hasimcha. And this is the main thing, the main simcha. Right? So the main simcha is on the marriage of getting this marriage together. So in this case, one should not ask, one should not follow the custom of the wife. wife to be. ואם יש חשש שיבוא לידי איסורים, יש לאחר. However, if there is a fear that perhaps there could be some prohibition, something would be prohibited by prolonging the marriage, some problems would be arise, then yesh la'akel, there are those who allow earlier marriage, following the marriage of the earlier ones according to the Ashkenazim, or to do it opposite. Me'gar hadin halacha gimer, mi shelo qayem priya v'riva, from the origination of the halacha, one who has not have children, right? Yachol lisa isha betoch yemei asefira. So he was never able to get married, and now is the opportunity to get married. Even during these days of mourning, one is allowed to get married from the origination of halacha. However, mikol maqam gam baze nahagu shelo lisa isha klal alamet. But our custom is not to get married. Our custom is to wait till 34th of Omer. And one should not change this minhag. True, there is a thank you. True that there is a from the original perspective of code of law, marriage is permissible, but one should follow the minhag. You see, this is one of the rare cases that minhag is so important. I'm going to share with you a wonderful story. This story happened to one of the big rabbis among Ashkenazim called Rema. Rema lived in Europe, and he was a very big rabbi among Ashkenazim. Many of the laws of Ashkenazim, our brothers and sisters Ashkenazim, are according to his teachings, Rema. So Rema once became rabbi of the synagogue, of the community, of a new community. And so he came, it was in the morning, and the Gabbai went up to the podium, and he announced names, right? So and so, Reuven, let's say Reuven Shimoni, then everyone would say Mazal Tov, B'Sha'at Tova, all the best, right? It should be with good news. Then second name, third name. So Rabbi said, what's going on? So many happy occasions all at once. Then the next day again, names, right? Everyone Mazal Tov, Siman Tov, right? Mabruk, right? Mubarak Bashe, right? Siman Tov, Mazal Tov, all of these. So the rabbi went to the Gabbai, asked him, what's going on? Every day something is happening here. How many circumcisions can we have after all? How many bar mitzvah or bat mitzvahs? How many marriages? What's going on? So the Gabbai says, no, Rabbi. There is a custom in our town that the day after the night, in the morning of the night that ladies go to mikveh, the names are given to us from the mikveh, whoever is in charge of the mikveh, the woman there, and then we announce the names of the ladies who went to mikveh. So the rabbi said, what? This is supposed to be hidden. This is not supposed to be public knowledge, right? Mikveh is mikveh of the ladies, and the mitzvah after the night of the mikveh, that husband and wife need to be together. This is something that we don't publicize it. So what is this custom that you guys do? This is wrong custom, and from now on, as long as I am the rabbi here in the synagogue, I need to change this minhag, and I'm going to cancel this minhag. No more of this custom. No more announcing of the names. Okay? They respect the rabbi. They don't do no more announcements. After a week, somebody comes in the synagogue. It seems that he was away, he was traveling. He comes to the synagogue, And after the Shacharit prayers, morning prayers, he goes to the Gabbai Tzedakah. He tells Gabbai Tzedakah, Gabbai, why didn't you announce my name, my wife's name, or my name? I mean, they would announce the family name. Why didn't you announce my family name? So the Gabbai Tzedakah said, there was no name given to me. Then he says, what do you mean? Then the Gabbai of the synagogue says, the custom of announcing names have been stopped, cancelled. And somehow, before this person would go to the Gabbai Tzedakah, let me correct myself. He got suspicious that why the Gabbai Tzedakah did not announce his wife's name, and he went straight to the mikveh and he inquired
whether or not his wife had
whether or not his wife had gone to mikveh. And they tell him, no, your wife wasn't here last night. So he goes back to the rabbi of the synagogue and he says, Rabbi, last night I got home from a long trip, and my wife came to me from outside and told me that it was the mikveh night and we were together. But now I just found out that from the staff of the mikveh that there was nothing done like that. Right? There was not done like that, and nobody. And she has not gone to the mikveh. So the rabbi says, what made you to think like that? So the man said, because in the morning my family's name was not announced. So all of a sudden the rabbi understands why there was such a minhag. This minhag was started in that town by the previous rabbis, right, especially in Europe that is very cold, that this way nobody could fake out going to mikveh. Apparently, aftermath of this was that this lady went outside. She wasn't that strong, the emunah wasn't so strong, it was cold. So she went outside, she wasted her time a little bit, she put a little bit water on her hair, she made it like as if that she's been in the shower and whatever mikveh, and she came home and the husband was away, so there was nothing that could have make sure there was no enforcement done to make sure that in such a hard situation there would be a program, a service making sure that everyone would follow their obligation. So from that moment on, Rema announced that I will not change the minhags, the customs, and he reinstituted that custom. So we see that custom among Judaism, it is extremely important. Many times custom becomes as important as the Torah itself, because there is lots of built up against us. We don't know exactly why there is such a custom. Like in Iran, the custom in Iran was that in some places for Pesach they would not eat nochod. Nochod was the chickpeas. Right? Why not? It's not chametz. Back then there was a perhaps possibility that they would come in touch together barley with chickpeas. They would have the farms near to each other. They didn't have the machineries like nowadays, or the bagging systems wasn't like nowadays. Right? Thank you. So we don't know exactly what it is, but we see that there is lots of chokhmah, knowledge behind things that perhaps are not revealed to us. Precautions, right, that we need to just follow. Okay, once again.
It's not Gimel.
Halakha dalet mutal להחזיר גרושתו מן הנישואין בימי Omer. One who got divorced and wants to remarry, provided that that person is not a Kohen, because once a Kohen gets divorced, then remarriage cannot be done. Right? If somebody got divorced, according to Judaism, if somebody got divorced, if the man, or the woman did not marry to someone else, they can come back together. They can remarry. So why this marriage is allowed during these times? Because this is not like a first-time marriage. It's not such a big happiness. It's a secondary happiness. The highest level of happiness is the first-time marriage. Right. Halakha hai. Khatan sefadi shelo qayem misvat priya urivya. Right. A groom Sefadi who has not fulfilled the mitzvah of having children. שנרשם לנישואין בל"ג לעומר מחוסר ידיעה ושלא הזמנות לחלוטין רשאים לערוך לו חופה וקידושין בל"ג לעומר.
So they can do it. They can do it בל"ג לעומר. They can't Lag B'Omer. That's Sephardi.
See, but the minhag is to wait till 34th. 31 more day. Halakha bab mutal lechatan. It is permissible for the groom lestafer biyom chupato to get haircut on the day of marriage, of the wedding. Betoch yemei hasefira, even during the days of Sefira. During the days of Sefira, one would not get haircut. Halakha zayin. Beshana shechal lag la'omer be'erev Shabbat. Mutal lahagdim hanisuin belayla lag ba'omer. So the Belal, yes. During the years that 33rd of the Omer falls on Shabbat Eve, right? Friday Eve, right? One is allowed to get married on the Thursday night. Leil Shishi lechatan shelo qayem priya v'rivya be'ofen sheyesh sorach la'agdim hanisuin le'erev Shabbat, in a way that there would be nisuin done before Shabbat.
And so we see from here that
גם הנוהגים להקל בכל ימות השנה לשמוע שירי חודש המילואים בכלי נגינה. Those who are accustomed to be lenient listening to the music coming from radio or other things. Why does it say that there is a leniency of listening to music? Because according to some, no, it's talking about the whole year round. According to some halachic authorities, after the destruction of the second temple, we should not have full happiness. And according to them, there is a stringency that says do not listen to the music the whole year round. But that stringency we do not follow. That stringency is something that is very, very hard to follow, and most of the people do not follow it. What? I have not seen someone who follows that. There are those who do not listen to the radio, because in the radio there might be some other bad programs, but not necessarily all the radios are like that. נכון שיחמירו בימי הספירה שלא לשמוע בהם שירים המלואים עם כלי נגינה או שמיעת כלי שיר מטייב. So it is a good thing for a person to be mahmir, to be stringent, and do not listen to music during the days of Omer. Right. Now, if somebody cannot cannot live without music, I understand. Maybe
Like me.
yes, yeah, I understand that. I understand that that is something that is very hard to go out of it.
I would totally compromise my will in order to be in Hashem's service.